Welcome back. Thanks for watching Good Morning Connecticut. Well, parents, your kids probably just got over midterms, and so many students probably need that little push to get them even more motivated. And here to help us get those kids incentivized is Michelle Segallen with Successful Study Skills for Students. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you, Stephanie. A pleasure as always.
And I love the way that you did this because this is 4 things that parents can do. So it breaks it down, easy tips. What's the first one?
Well, the first thing is you want to make sure that your kid is motivated, but you also want to make sure that there's nothing impeding their ability to motivate. So does that mean that they might have a little bit of distraction? Do they have a little bit of a hearing deficit that they maybe can't hear the teacher? So we want to make sure that they have really the basics in order to be able to get the job done.
That is great. The next one?
The next one is to reinforce good study skills. So many kids, they back out of doing well in school because they don't know how to do well in school. So they might not know how to remember information or take good notes. So you really want to make sure that your kids know how to take good notes, know how to use a planner, manage time, and that they're not cramming for tests.
How do you know you're doing a little too much of the planning for your child, and then motivate them to do it themselves so later down the road they do it?
Yeah, that's a great question. You really don't want to do your child's work for them because hopefully you're not going to college with your child. So
it could be fun.
I think it would be great. I'd love to go back to school, but you really need to back off, and you need to maybe let them fail a little bit in order to see what their needs might be.
That must be difficult, trying to figure out how much to let them fail before you start.
It's always a push and pull.
Right.
It's a parent's best judgment, really, and I had plenty of experience with that myself.
The third tip.
The third thing is, and now that midterms are finished and the second semester is starting, you really want to establish a goal with your child. And a goal can be small as well as it can be big. And even a small goal can be very helpful in getting to the end result. So if you have a child that is very shy and that doesn't ask a lot of questions in class, maybe this is an opportunity to set a goal that they will be more self-advocating for themselves, asking questions. Maybe if they don't want to ask questions in class, to see the teacher after class, and they can start that way.
That is a good way to start that dialogue, and then maybe they'll build a little confidence to speak out loud in class. Is that something that's based in confidence, or just they're just shy? How do you know?
Well, I think a lot of kids, they feel that their question is a stupid question, and so they don't want to ask.
Oh, okay.
They don't realize that chances are 80%, 90% of the time, the question that your child has, that one might have, everybody else has the same question. So it's really a great thing to ask because you benefit not only yourself, but the whole class.
That is great. The last one.
The last one is make sure that you praise your child, but don't give them false praise. Don't praise them for something that's silly. And praise the process, not the end result. Praise, I really like the way you plan to, tackle your English paper, that you did the outline today, that you developed, a first draft the day before, etc. And just the process is really what we're trying to establish here with good study habits. Because once you have those study habits, it's a foundation for everything else, college, even a career in life.
So even if they get a good grade, I feel like that should be worthy of praise, right?
A good grade absolutely is worthy of praise. But even if they get like a B and you were hoping, or they were hoping to get an A, and you know that they put a lot of effort into studying for that test or writing that paper, I think that is worthy of praise.
But that process is more important.
The process.
That's the takeaway.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Michelle Segallen. Some great advice. I hope a lot of parents are able to be helped by this, and many students too. So for more about Michelle Segallen and Successful Study Skills for Students, just head to our website, WTNH.com, click on the On Air tab, and pull it down to the Good Morning Connecticut Weekend section.